This voice, Labor's plan for a kind of Aboriginal-only parliament in our constitution. Now this, well, it's apartheid really. It's meant to unite us. It's meant to make us nicer people. But I don't believe that. And one reason is Marcia Langton. Langton is a Melbourne University professor and one of the two people in charge of putting together the plan for this so-called voice. And here she is last week, yes, pleading for a nice debate before putting in the boot to Sinton Jimper Price, a National Senator who's against the voice.
The Nationals have injected misinformation and vitriol into the debate so early on. It would be terribly unfortunate for all Australians if the debate sinks into a nasty eugenicist 19th century style of debate about the superior race versus the inferior race. And I have to say I'm terribly disappointed that a Warlpiri person or a Celtic Warlpiri person has kicked this off.
So first Jacinta Price was vilified by Noel Pearson, now it's Marcia Langton. Now accusing Price of pushing eugenics, which is a vile theory of getting rid of inferior people, the Nazis loved that theory, is a typical Langton smear. And this woman screams racist at a lot of people. She's accused me of holding Nazi theories of racial hygiene, same sort of thing. She's apologised privately for that vile smear, but she never did that publicly, which I consider very weak, Marcia. She's also falsely accused me on the ABC of racial abuse of a friend of hers. Completely false, and the ABC had to apologise through gritted teeth.
During that discussion, Professor Marcia Langton made statements suggesting she believed that Mr Andrew Bolt was a racist. Later, Professor Langton publicly said that she does not believe Mr Bolt is a racist, although she profoundly disagrees with and disapproves of his views and statements on Aboriginality. She apologised to him for her comments, and as a result, the ABC also apologises for broadcasting her remarks.
Gee, Tony, that must have hurt. But if you think this architect of the voice, Marcia Langton, just calls Conservatives racist, then you don't know her very well at all. Yes, she did indeed accuse former Prime Minister John Howard, a Liberal, of exploiting race hatred and vilify historian Geoffrey Partington as Howard's Joseph Goebbels, the infamous Nazi. But she also said that Tim Flannery, the global warming guru of the left, pushed a racist argument about Aborigines. She implied Labor lawyer Josh Bornstein was racist in an argument with her, saying Dudums did the nig-nog speak back. She accused feminist Germaine Greer of having a cleverly disguised contempt for Aboriginal people, and said left-wing Professor Larissa Beerant, who identifies as Aboriginal, was heaping contempt on the natives. Now, I could go on, because the list of people Langton has smeared as racist or Nazi or a Ku Klux Klan supporter is extremely long. And when I see that she is one of the co-authors of this planned voice, I know that it is not a voice of peace.